Morning, everyone. No idea if anyone else is awake. Well, I'm betting some of you are awake, but maybe not on Facebook. Anyway, I was chatting with one of the Jens in our group yesterday about her fitness routine, and she was saying that she would love to have some tips about, sorry, I'm moving around, the light keeps changing. So, well, the light's not changing, I'm moving. Anyway, sorry, I digress, it's early, and I just finished pure cardio from the Sean week. Anyway, sorry. So, I thought I would show you some of the stretches I do. I always add extra stretches at the end of my workout, because I find that most 30-minute, or really any workout, even the 45-minute workouts, don't really have enough stretching, at least for me. I think probably for most people. So I thought I would just show you some of what I do. Anyway, Jessica is over playing with her. Say hi, Jess. Playing with a doll and watching YouTube Kids. Did you guys know there's a YouTube Kids? I didn't know that. Anyway, so I'm going to set you guys down, and hopefully this will work. I might need to move the camera around depending which stretch I'm doing. So, excuse the crazy amount of sweat, and this was from doing the modified moves. So, one of the things I always find is my legs are always very tight. They always have been. I don't know if it's from doing, well, whatever. My legs are always tight. So, I always do extra hamstring stretches and stuff like that. So I'm going to start with the stuff that I do on the floor first. There's obviously variations you can do with all these stretches, but I'm just going to show you one of each kind. So, and Jessica's going crazy. So, anyway, here is one of the hamstring stretches I do.
No, my doll's hair is tickling.
Pretty simple.
My doll's hair is tickling.
Oh, her doll hair is tickling her. Okay, so you lay on the floor, leg up in the air. I'm pretty flexible, so I usually grab my leg up here, but grab your leg anywhere you can, okay? It's not about how far you stretch, it's about keeping your butt on the ground, okay? So keep your hip or your butt on the ground, and then pull. If your hip is going up, you are not stretching your hamstring, okay? You're supposed to be stretching your hamstring here. So concentrate on keeping your hip, your glute down, and then pull your leg in. And to get an even deeper stretch, if you resist it, I have learned, if you push your leg out while pulling it in, so if you think of like pushing your leg against your hands while you're pulling in, it will give you a deeper stretch. And you should hold that for at least 30 seconds. All stretches should really be done for 30 to 60 seconds in order to get the benefit from them, okay? I don't know if that was 30 seconds. I'm moving on so you guys don't have to watch me forever. Okay, so same thing on the next leg, okay? Again, make sure you're keeping your hip down. Okay, and then I'm going to show you one of my absolute favorite stretches. And I say favorite because it feels so good because it sort of like hurts so good. So, leg bent, other leg over the top, hands through, okay? And again, same idea. Try to keep your lower back down too, so you're not hurting your back, and keep your hips down. Like, just don't arch your back too much. And then again, pull and resist so pushing your leg, both legs really. If you push your top knee, the one that's in the air, that doesn't tell you either. The one that the foot is over top, and you push that sort of down like this. Okay. You're working on your glute med and your hip through there. Okay. So again, sort of resist. Pulling up your bottom leg while pushing your top knee down. Okay, switch. Oh, that feels good. Now there's, like I said, different ways you can do this. You can do this standing up. You probably see me do it in some workouts where I stand up and then I squat down essentially with one knee over the other. That of course takes balance as well. So then you're sort of challenging yourself by working on your balance at the same time as you're doing the stretch. But this is a way to do it without having that balance, just on the floor, which is also good, of course, if you're exhausted from a good workout. All of these stretches you can, of course, do just in the evening or in the morning when you're feeling tight. It's always good to warm up a bit, though, before you're doing some stretches. Okay, this is for your hip flexor. Sorry, I forgot what it's called. So, there are different ways you can do this. So, basically you get into a low lunge kind of position on your knee, and then what you're going to do is just press forward. Your knee should never go beyond your toe, and you're sort of pushing down through this back hip, and you can tense your glute up as well, sort of flex the muscle, and that will push down further, and then, which is sort of like that resistance I was doing with the hamstring and the glute, and then you let go, you sort of relax the muscle, and then you can push further again. And that helps you move deeper in and stretch it more. You don't have to be going as deep as me. If for you, up here is a stretch for you, and that feels like a stretch through your muscle, stay there. Don't hurt yourself. Don't try to do it as deep as anybody else does. You do what works for you. Other side, of course, we don't want to be uneven. Okay, now, calves, and then, good morning, whoever's there. Sorry, Facebook's not telling me right now. Calves. So there's different ways you can do it. What does it say? Oh, morning, Alina. So, back so you can see me. So there's different ways you can do this. You can do this standing, sort of going into putting your leg behind you and pressing your heel down while you're pushing. I just sort of feel like doing it sitting today. So I have one knee across and one leg straight out, one leg bent into my knee, sort of. And then I just take your toes. If you can't reach there, what you can do is you can use a towel as well, okay? And put it here and then pull up, okay? Like I said, I'm pretty flexible. I did dance growing up. So you do not want to be rounding your back. You want to be sitting up straight. This will probably also stretch your hamstrings, but pull on your toe and then lean forward. And the key here, if you want to stretch your hamstrings too, great, but otherwise just try to pull your toes back, and you should feel it back through your calf, okay? It's essentially the same as if you were standing up and pressing back, like you see a lot of people doing stretches. And Alina wrote me a message, and I can't read it from as far back as I am, so I'm just going to move forward for a second. Hey, glad you're checking it out, Alina. So other side now. It's a more reasonable hour where you are. And as you can probably see, I just did pure cardio from Sean Week, and it's a 27-minute workout, I think, and it's that sounds right. And it's I did pretty much all the modifications. I did a few of the full moves, but pretty much I took out the jumping and did most of the modifications. Just felt like that was right for today. And as you can see, I'm still sweating. I'm cooling down and stretching, as you can see. I'm still sweating. So that doesn't mean it's not doable for you. It just means that even with modifications, you can push yourself and you can get a good sweat. Sorry, Jess is asking me a question. You can actually take off her shoes. That's pretty cool, but don't lose them. Okay, so one problem with removable things from toys. Kids lose them. Okay, so I'm going to do these sitting down. I normally do them sitting up, just because I don't want to move the phone, my camera. Sorry, what are you saying, Alina? Oh, you did day 7. I just did day 2 again, Alina. I just started over. I didn't do day 1 since I did shift shop yesterday, but I hate when calendars are off. So today, Tuesday, is pure cardio. You put it back on? Good for you. Okay, so one of the ones that I do a lot right now, but yes, day 7, it's called Dig Deep for a reason, Alina. So anyway, I'm going to do my back and my chest now. So there's, like I said, a million different ways you can do it. One of the things I have found through various workouts, a stretch I have found that I love. I think I first saw this in Cours de Force. But take just sitting up, arms in front of you, and just pull your arms. You should be putting your head down so you're not straining your neck. And essentially just pulling your shoulders forward, trying to keep them down from your ears. Okay, you don't want to be hunching up. That puts a strain on your neck and on your traps, which anyone who sits at a desk often has issues there already, so why add to them? You can be putting it down. You'll probably feel it sort of where it's for you. You're sort of trying to, one of the things I learned from Cours de Force was sort of feel like you're pulling your hands apart from each other. And again, that's the sort of pressing against it like I was doing with the hamstrings and the glutes. Okay, and then we're going to essentially do the same thing in reverse by doing behind, pulling down, and looking up.
Look, I can put it back on.
Good job, Jess. You're now stretching your chest. Okay, now another way to stretch your chest, and you can put your head down, you can put it up. Whatever feels good for you, make sure you're not straining your neck. And again, pulling your hands apart. What a lot of people do for stretching their chest, and what I've often done, I'm just looking for something I can do without standing up, is put your hand against, let me turn this a bit. Put your hand against something, a wall, something stable, okay? A wall or a piece of furniture. And then what you're doing essentially is keeping your arm back and turning your body. And so you're pulling through here. Okay? Whew, that feels good. One of the issues, as you guys probably know, I've been having an issue in my neck and back. And one of the things my physio told me is that my chest was too tight. And so it was straining the muscles on the back. So I'm supposed to be doing lots of chest stretches to open that up. I also have a massage ball I use. I can actually keep one on my desk at work. Okay. Now there's a few more stretches that you can do. Of course, we have like, I'm going to say a million. Obviously we don't actually have a million muscles in our body, but we have lots. So triceps, hand straight above your head, bend it back, and then pull your elbow with your hand, and again, can push out with this arm as well to have that sort of pull and push to give an emphasis onto the stretch. You don't want to be doing this. You're not stretching through here. You're stretching your tricep, okay, which is the back of your arm. That part that people often think is flapping in the wind, that's your tricep. You can also, of course, just do some shoulder rolls. Quads, have to stand up for this one, although I guess you can technically do it down, but I don't like to do it that way, so I'm just going to stand further back. This is a classic one, okay? It's going like this. If you try to keep your knees together, rather than going out like this, try to keep your knees together. Obviously, hold on to a wall, a piece of furniture, a chair, whatever, if you, chair is a piece of furniture, if you need some help with the balancing, and you're basically just pulling your foot back. It doesn't have to be right up here. It's wherever you're feeling the stretch through your quad, but you're trying, the aim is to be feeling like you are pulling your heel to your butt, okay? I have pretty good balance from doing all of this stuff for so long, but again, hold on to something if you need to, put your arms out, do whatever you need to keep balance. And you should be pretty stretched out now. I know I am, and I need to get back upstairs. There's also, of course, your lower back. You can do back twists, which I should probably do. So
I hope that gave you some ideas, and if there's any particular stretch that you are looking for, or a different form of a stretch, or if you have tips of ideas for what you find to be the area you need to stretch the most, or stretches you've done that you think are great, please share them with the group, because we would love to. I am not a trainer. This is just my experience and what I've found through my workouts and things over the years, what works for me. So share what works for you, or if you have any particular areas that you find are troublesome, where you feel, nice hair, eh? Where you feel you need some extra stretching, and I or someone else in the group can share. You could, of course, Google, but that's the point of this whole group, is to support each other and share what we find works for us, and tips and tricks and questions, so that everybody can benefit from everybody else. So, hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday. Alina, have a great day, and since you're the only one on here right now, and we'll talk to you all soon. Bye. And I will be posting either on my page, on my page, and maybe on here as well. I will be posting some of what my workout was with my modifications. Okay, so have a great day, everyone. Bye.